It's important for us to partner with companies as we encourage them to enhance their policies and procedures, and they take us up on our suggestions. We have seen a number of opportunities to increase the probability of long-term sustainable profitability and reduced risk.
All right, hello, and thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Michael Mandelos, and I am the Director of National Accounts here at Miller Howard Investments. And I'm so pleased today to be joined by one of my colleagues, Nicole Lee, who is our Director of ESG Research. Nicole, how are you doing today?
Hi, Mike. I'm excited to be here. Thanks.
All right, well, welcome. Happy to have you. So Nicole, Miller Howard, we launched our first strategy back in 1991. And since then, we've been an environmental, social, and governance, or otherwise known as ESG. We've been an ESG-focused manager. And on a daily basis, we strive to deliver sustainable income opportunities to our financial advisors and also to their clients. So, Nicole, can you briefly go through and explain what ESG means to us at Miller Howard?
Yeah, sure, Mike. I'd be happy to. As you mentioned, we have been an ESG manager for almost 30 years. As you can imagine, ESG practices have significantly evolved over that period of time. When we first started managing portfolios, ESG looked more like exclusionary screens just to keep certain sectors out of the portfolios. As our process evolved, it became much more important for us to actively engage with the companies that we own. We work with organizations on a wide variety of issues. We are active managers and we want to be active owners as well. Our goals are to help companies with a wide variety of issues and also to identify and mitigate risks. Over time, we've seen this as a way to help protect the sanctity of the dividend, which is important to our portfolio managers as we try to provide and grow income for our clients.
All right, great. Thanks, Nicole. So that's actually a pretty good segue to my next question. You mentioned our focus on engagement. And you talk a little bit about our recent Shareholder Advocacy newsletter, which contains our 2019 to 2020 engagement report.
Yeah, absolutely. Over the course of the year, the Miller Howard ESG team publishes a number of value-add pieces. Annually, we produce the Shareholder Advocacy newsletter. Those are generally our most popular pieces with financial advisors. The engagement report comes out in the summer, and the focus of that is on our engagement activities for the prior year. In this report, we provide information to financial advisors about each of the 4 pillars of the Miller Howard Shareholder Advocacy Program. These 4 pillars are analysis, proxy voting, direct engagement, and collaboration. Through each of these efforts, we strive to create value, profit, and sustainable returns for our clients and society.
Thank you, Nicole. So I think between the two of us, we could probably spend an hour talking about each one of the 4 pillars that you just mentioned. But in an effort to be succinct here, how about we discuss direct engagement? After all, this is the engagement report. So can you talk about some of the kind of key ESG themes that you and the team have worked on over the last year?
Yeah, sure, Mike. Our team has been busy working on actually a variety of topics. For a number of the companies that we hold, we've been focusing on their disclosure around environmental management, which includes their policies, practices, and metrics. For some of our other holdings, we engaged with them about board gender diversity and improved governance. And finally, one of our major focuses over the last year was a joint effort with our portfolio managers, where we looked at the disclosure, management, and structure of the company's executive compensation plans, and then we partnered with those companies to improve them.
Okay, fantastic. So that sounds like a ton of work. And one of the key words you mentioned that you partnered with the companies, and that stands out to me. Do you find that a lot of companies are receptive to our engagement activities and requests?
Actually, yes. As you'll see in our report, there were a number of companies where we withdrew our shareholder resolution. While it may not sound like it, these are actually big wins. When we withdraw a resolution, it means that the company has been receptive to our inquiry and that they've made a commitment to improve their practices that substantially satisfies what we're looking for. This year, a number of companies that we own committed to provide better reporting on their lobbying and political spending activities. Another company that we engaged has agreed to publish its first sustainability report. It's important for us to partner with companies as we encourage them to enhance their policies and procedures, and they take us up on our suggestions. We have seen a number of opportunities to increase the probability of long-term sustainable profitability and reduced risk.
All right, Nicole, thank you so much for briefly walking us through the Miller Howard Shareholder Advocacy newsletter, this one focusing on our engagement activities for the last year. I would encourage the financial advisors to visit our website where you can read the full report. You can also find a lot more information about our firm, our strategies, our ESG team, and all other kind of good stuff and our activities on the website. You can visit us at www.mhinvest.com. Should you have any questions, you can always reach out to our sales team. You can find them at 845-679-9166. I would also encourage you to follow us on Twitter and LinkedIn, as we are constantly providing and posting our value add materials that come directly from the portfolio managers and also from Nicole and her colleagues on the ESG team. So Nicole, again, thank you so much for doing this today, and I look forward to speaking to you again on one of these Zoom meetings.
Of course, it's been a pleasure. Thanks, Mike.
All right, thank you.